Metal summoners. Oh, our beloved ghouls and goblins and spooks and creeps and fluttery flying puppies and all that great stuff. We love you guys. It is halfway through the week, just where we like it. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us, hanging out with us, and kicking it off on your Wednesday, on our Wednesday. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for joining myself and Angel. We are your Island of Misfit Toys, and we are very, very excited to be hanging out with you guys, as always, again this week. And we are very excited to be bringing in our guests at this time. We really appreciate them taking some time out of their evening, but without side of their plans, to spend a little bit of time with us and talk about all things fun, what they've done, what they're doing, where they're going, and how they're going to get there, probably by flying. But anyway, we have got the vampire Jack Townson, and we've got Shayne Townson joining us this evening. Thank you both so much, and we greatly appreciate your time.
Of course. Thank you so much for having us. We are so excited to be here.
Absolutely, 100%. So let's talk just a little bit about just all kinds of like fun things. You guys have your hands in quite a lot of different cookie jars between music, books, travel, modeling, all that kind of stuff. So first of all, let's just have a little bit of just kind of fun right off the bat. Where and how did you guys meet?
We actually met on TikTok. And yeah, it's been a roller coaster ride ever since, because Shayne and I are so alike in all of our goals or ambitions that the moment that we connected, it's just been a lightning rod ever since.
Yep. I was scrolling through TikTok one day in October, which is, spooky month. So that's very apropos. And I had written a novel like 10 years ago, and I saw Jack, and I was like, oh my gosh, he looks just like the lead vampire, the leading man in my novel. I should duet a couple of his TikTok videos and inadvertently try to get his attention. And I didn't think it would work, but I guess it totally worked.
It definitely worked, yes.
That's so awesome. No, for sure. Because Jack, you have a couple of books out. They are right here. Hey, Angel, can you make me the big picture right quick, my good man?
Sure, no problem. Give me one moment.
No worries, my
nope,
friend.
The picture I wanted.
There we go. Boom.
There we go.
I'm blocking my own camera, so hopefully these are in the middle of the screen.
They are.
Awesome. We got Death. Nope, that didn't work. Yes, we got Death and Lilies.
I love the title.
Got Blood and Roses. So, Jack, talk a little bit about how. Yes. So, talk a little bit about how your books came to be, your poetry, your writing, and why you wanted to put them out for everyone.
It's crazy. I've been writing since I was very, very young. I've written, I probably the culmination of 300 to 400 different poems in my life. And I come to TikTok and I come to show my story and my acting, et cetera, et cetera. I put out my poems and just to, feel the air, and people are enjoying them. My fan, my community likes my stuff, and they start going, we want a book. We want a book of your poetry. And I'm like, wait a second, I don't know if I can do this. I have no idea. And this lovely, incredible woman at my side is like, sure you can. You can definitely do this. Absolutely. You have it in you. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I've never done anything like this before. I'm so used to writing in my dark little dwelling, right? Writing my heart out, all of the secret feelings and these horrible, deep, dark place that it comes from. And she's like, no, you absolutely can. You have the talent, you have the ability, you need to put it out. With her help, I was able to put these books together, put them out there, and yeah, that's how they were born.
That's super cool, man. That's great. How has the reception from your community been?
It has been incredible. I have the most supportive and amazing community, just hands down, just overall. But the response just in general to the books has been positive, and my heart is so warmed by the fact that people love that these words that I put down, scribbled with my blood and my tears and my emotion.
What about the fact that your community brought Blood and Roses to become a #1 bestseller
Oh, well, that's
on
important
Amazon.
to say. Yeah,
A #1
That's
bestseller
true,
on
that's
Amazon
true.
in a matter of like 2 days.
2 days. Yeah.
So when
Overnight.
he says, yeah, when he says they're supportive, they're extra supportive.
Yes,
So,
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Best-selling author.
right.
Coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean that's got to touch you on an incredibly like different level than, because that's people that they care about what you do, what you put out, and you're connecting with them in probably different ways that are deep rooted with them as well. You don't know what they're going through on a daily basis, who they may have lost or what they might have going, but reading the words that you put down on paper and having them connect with you that way has got to be just an amazing feeling. It's
an incredible feeling. I mean, so many of the poems that I wrote, especially in Blood and Roses, I never thought were going to touch the light of day. Poetry at times is so different than writing a novel. Like, I've just finished my first novel. It's going to be up for pre-order within the year or early next year. And the process is entirely different. When you write poetry, it has to be emotion. It has to come from a place of either your highest highs or your lowest lows. So putting it out there is one of the most vulnerable things you can possibly do. And the fact of the matter that people enjoy these dark emotions that I've shared is, God, it's beyond words. I can't even describe it, honestly.
Absolutely, man, for sure. Before I kick it down to Angel, because we definitely want to get your fans involved as well as our fans, because if you're a little unfamiliar with our show, which is all good, we have segments where we can bring in the fans that want to ask questions to you, because we're very fan interactive. We love the idea of being able to allow the fans to connect with the guest and ask questions that they want to get answered. So fans, fangs, Metal Summoners, go ahead and get your questions in, because I'm about to kick it to Angel. But since we're on the topic of books, Shayne, let's talk about Of Light and Darkness.
Okay, sure. Of Light and Darkness is a novel. Like I said, I wrote it probably more than 10 years ago now. It's a fantasy romance series that happens to be centered around vampires. I joke that, I'm the vampire's girlfriend on social media now, and I've gotten a lot of heat because a lot of of my more feminist followers are like, well, don't you have a persona or personality outside of just the vampire's girlfriend? Like, you're Shayne, and I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I've always been the vampire's girlfriend since I was a kid. Like, I've always been vampire adjacent, like since I was in middle school and high school. Like, I've always loved vampires so much to the point that like the best work I think I've ever put out into the world is centered around vampires. I think Of Light and Darkness is that for me. And it's just really funny how the universe works, because like I said, I wrote this character, Valak, that was like the epitome of my type, or like what I wanted for myself in my life. And it was just fiction for the longest time. And then I meet Jack, and it's like, it just comes full circle. So that's, that's always my response is, well, look, here's proof. Of Light and Darkness is proof that I've been the vampire's girlfriend for this long. It's just manifest now. So yeah.
Absolutely, for sure. Do you ever have any type of like scenarios or situations that make it difficult when it comes to somebody like Jack, with the followers that he has, with the persona and the strong persona that he has and puts out there? Do you ever have any separation issues there? But you guys do seem like a very tight-knit unit.
Yeah, we definitely have our moments, just like any other couple does. It would be unrealistic for me to say like, no, it's like perfect all the time. But at the same time, like, it's funny how things work out, because I have my education and my background in not only writing, but the entertainment industry as a whole. A lot of people don't know that I've been in the entertainment industry since I was 5 years old. And it kind of set me up for my position with Jack now and everything we're doing, both fantasy, storytelling, interacting with the following that he's built and that he's amassed over this year. It's incredible, to see. I feel like I'm kind of a veteran, and I'm coming in and I'm seeing this person who is brand new to this scene, because he is, and it's unbelievable. And he, blows up on TikTok. He comes in like a asteroid, like a comet on TikTok, and he gains 400,000 people in about a year and a half. And so it's like, if he's Batman, then I'm what's his name?
Like Robin?
Robin?
No.
The Joker?
The Joker?
No. No, his helper
Nightwing.
guy.
Alfred.
Oh, Alfred.
You're Alfred?
Yeah, like
You're a lot more beautiful. Well, Alfred is pretty.
Alfred's pretty.
Yeah,
Depends.
Alfred's
Yeah. So
Okay, I see it.
so
I see. I definitely see it.
I think like that's kind of the dynamic.
For sure.
That's kind of like the dynamic in my head, is that like, if there's certain things that maybe need like some finesse or like whatever, our dynamic behind the scenes a lot of the time I think is very Batman and Alfred.
No, I can see it.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like our roles changed in that too.
It does.
Sometimes I'm Alfred.
That's true.
Sometimes she's Batman.
That's true.
you
Yeah.
know? Sometimes we're the Ninja Turtles. It depends. Depends on the day.
It definitely depends on the day. But I do think that we've worked out, like, the way that we work together, it has become a very well-oiled machine where we know at any given moment, whether there's BS happening or not, what each other needs and what each other needs to accomplish in that day.
Absolutely.
And we're both very supportive in terms of like getting that done no matter what's happening, personally. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
Absolutely, 100% for sure. Definitely. Oh, Angel's about to come right back in, guys. He's just checking on something real quick, and we're going to bring him in. We're going to let some of the Metal Summoners and Jax and Shayne's fans get vocal with you guys and everything. So let's talk briefly real quick about some of your upcoming plans. We got to talk a little bit off the air that you guys are going to Salem for an event, and that's very cool.
Yes. Shayne is the master of details. Should Shayne take it away?
Okay. Yeah. It's so funny because so we're going with Cursed Cosmetics, and we all have like this group chat in Instagram where we're talking about details, and the Cursed Maven, if you will, the Madam Cursed, the one who's
Yes.
kind of organizing it all. She's in the chat and she's like, I would like to organize a Zoom. When is everybody available? And Jack's response is, Shayne manages the schedule. That's why I joke that I'm Alfred sometimes. So, but the details are that, so we'll be going early autumn. So maybe the end of September, early October. We're still figuring those things out. We will be going for a week. We think we're going for about a week long trip. And the idea is that we'll be staying in a hype house, which is super exciting, with a bunch of other creators. There's obviously Jack and myself. There's Bakua Hyde, and Jack's following and Hyde's following. They overlap a lot. There's also, we have Daniel from Menudo. You mentioned you're an 80s baby, so you remember Menudo, of course.
Yep.
We have a lot of celebrity makeup artists from LA that are going to be coming. Of course, Mama Cursed is heading off the whole thing, and we're garnering a lot of sponsors as well. I can't announce anything officially yet, but that's all happening. So yeah, that's Salem, and that's happening this fall. And then before that, actually, we forgot to mention is that Jack's going to be in Amityville on Long Island, which is where we're from. So that's happening June 17th. He's doing a poetry reading and a vampire energy session at the Amityville Apothecary at 6:00, June 17th. So that'll be fun.
Which is going to be really cool. We didn't talk about the symposium either.
No, that's for you. Yeah, I don't know any details about the symposium, so you're the detail man there.
And then October, is it October 17th?
October 13th. Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
October 13th.
Yeah.
We're also going to be in Florida for a vampire symposium that's going to be going on as well.
Easy spring.
Awesome.
We're
That's
going to be
so
doing
cool.
poetry reading and talking a little bit, and that should be really fun.
Yeah.
That's so cool. I feel like when you were saying that Shayne's in charge of the schedule, I feel like that would be like talking to you when you're out on tour doing your music, be like, hey, so where are you performing next? And be like, wherever the tour bus stops.
Yeah, no, spot on. No, 100%. Somebody in the chat said it perfectly. Like that, I come up with like too many ideas. I'll come up with an insane amount of ideas, and I'll be like, "Does this work? This work?" And then Shayne's the one that figures out how to make them work.
Yeah. I have like a little red book that I just like carry around with me. It's like a little red planner, and there's specifically places for like social media, like projects and ideas. And so whenever he throws something at me, I'm like, okay, where does this fit into the schedule? How can we accomplish this? Like, and he's like, we don't have to do it right away. And I'm like, yes, we do.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I'll just be like, and then this idea.
Yeah.
But here's another one. She's just like, oh my God. I'm trying so hard to keep up with this.
It's never boring. I can say that. It's absolutely never boring.
Squirrel or bat.
Yeah. Squirrel, bat.
Bat squirrel.
Squirrel bat.
Yeah.
There we go.
Bat.
It's gonna be. That'll be like a subliminal poem in the next book.
Yeah. Why not? That's an idea.
Absolutely, Angel. You've been more than patient. Jack and Shayne's fans, our fans, you guys have been more than patient. Angel, take it away, brother, because it looks like they're coming in kind of heavy.
A lot of comments. Yes, a lot of comments. Yeah, and I'm getting a lot of vampire blood waiting for my turn. So let me get to the first question. Hey, this is the best way I can put it.
Oh,
that's good. Can you see?
I actually did this thing.
Angel, I think we might have lost you for a split second, buddy. You came in a little choppy on that question. Can you repeat it, bud?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. What has the? I actually did this thing.
Oh, what has been the I actually did this thing OMG moment for you this year?
yeah.
I can think of too many. Are you kidding me? It's the entire year. The I actually did this thing moment would definitely for me would be finishing my novel. Writing poetry is so different, as I said, than writing a novel because it's all just emotion. I don't even think most of the time when I write my poetry. I put my hand on the keyboard or on a pencil, put it to page, and I dissociate and I just let it go and it all comes out of me. But a novel takes a lot of planning. It takes a lot of thinking. There's a lot of strategy that's involved, and I was completely intimidated. I've written a lot of different things I'm a huge RPer, so I've written character profiles and stories and backgrounds and all these things, but I've never written a book. And Shayne's the one that goes, you can do this. Once again, you can do this. So for the last year, I put my pen to my paper and I wrote a full book, my first in my series, which is over 310 pages.
Wow.
It's a big boy.
120,000 words.
120,000 words. And it is the part one of the Vampire Jack Townson series. And I've read it to the community the entire way through writing it. I would go to our Discord, our Fang Fam Discord, and I would read them chapter by chapter. I'd finish a chapter and I'd go get everybody in the server and I'd be like, let me read to you guys, like Papa. And I would be like, what do you guys think? How does this sound? Are you guys enjoying this? And be like, yeah. And I will say there is no better focus group, so support group, or way to write a book than having the people that you love and that care about you be there to hear it firsthand, get a sneak peek, and also know just how much you care about the story and how much you care about the community. So that is definitely my, oh my God, I can't believe I did this.
Awesome.
Oh, I think my oh my God,
Who's
I
your
can't
favorite
believe this
guitarist?
happened. Or
No,
it's all good. Go ahead, Shayne. Then we'll jump right to that question.
Sorry, no, I was just gonna say
I think it's not uncommon. I think me and Angel, between the two of us, have a slight lag.
Okay.
So sometimes that happens. But yeah, Shayne, your OMG moment.
Okay, my OMG moment of the past year was the moment that Jack hit 100,000 because it's such a milestone. And it's like, it felt like he spent the entire entirety of 2022, working up to 100,000, and then he hit it, and we were like screaming and jumping around and hugging each other in the kitchen, and then like 200,000 came on really fast, and then 300,000 came upon really fast, and it's like, so that specific moment, because it's such a milestone, like really stands out. Yeah.
Like, we were dancing in the kitchen.
Yeah.
We were screaming. It's so cool.
That's awesome. And I heard the question that Angel just popped up, which was, who's your favorite guitarist?
My favorite guitarist, see, being a vocalist, and I listen to music in a really weird way. Like I don't attach. I will listen to music, and if it sounds good to me, I'll be like, oh my God, I'll be obsessed with like a song, and I will just repeat that song to death. And then I'll be like, oh, another one. And then I'll continue that way or cycle these things. But I'm not going to sit here and lie. I'm super transparent. I actually did a Google. If you saw me looking up to the side to remember a guitarist's name, and this is going to be a super out of pocket name. But does anybody remember the guitarist from Limp Bizkit, Wes Borland?
Wes Borland with all the crazy looks.
Dude, like he was a fine guitarist, but just the showmanship. Yeah. It's to this day sticks out in my mind and actually influenced a lot of the way that I do my makeup, my character makeup. So Wes Borland, honestly.
That's awesome. Yeah, I grew up. My favorite is this guy, Michelangelo Badio, who most people know from back in the 80s as in a band called Nitro. But he was known for playing these crazy guitars with like guitar necks that go out this way and go out that way. And he can play with both hands.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah, okay, I remember him.
Yeah. Love that dude. I've got 2 of his guitars in my house.
Wow, that's
sick.
Yeah, man. Totally. Right back to you, Angel.
Will you two ever venture out to make music together?
Yes, we do, and yes, we have. I have my album coming out a little bit later this year, and Shayne is on 2 of the songs right now, but I want to do more. They're songs that I've written and that I was kind of in control of, but I really want to do music with Shayne that is a full collaborative effort that are more our pieces like together that we can call our little, music love child.
Great.
You know?
Yep.
I'm just trying to get to the next question because it's a lot.
Yeah. It's like a lot. It's like your questions are mixed in with just a lot of love comments.
The battles.
The battles going on still.
This is about.
Yeah, so on TikTok Live, they have this feature called TikTok Battles where 2 people can literally battle each other. They have teams, so we have like our own respective teams that kind of fight the other side, and it's a lot of fun. And yes, right after this interview, we will be on TikTok Live. I will be battling against Jack. Hopefully, I'm going to kick his butt.
No. No, it's going to be fun, though.
So at around 10 o'clock, we might be a couple minutes late.
She might kick my butt. It's true. There is a chance. It's a pretty high chance.
Team human or team vampire? That's for you guys to decide.
Team vampire. Come on, guys, in the chat. Team vampire. Oh.
Love comment.
I love
with
comment.
With the whole thing with like theater rock, I can see you venturing into basically like vampire did. Just ask with the musical talent.
Throw that out one more time, Angel. I think you broke it.
I think I might have missed that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No. Sorry about that. Any chance we can see you do something like what Meatloaf and Alex Cooper do with theater rock when incorporating your characters into it?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. There are a few ideas that I've actually had. I want to do. So this is the first place I'm actually talking about this, but I have my web series on TikTok, which is based off of my story, and the book is based off of the web series, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll do like a lot of RP roleplay content, a lot of cosplay, a lot of people that are into comic books and horror and D&D. They like to join in. They make their own characters and have fun. But I'm planning on doing a musical episode where it's kind of like Buffy's Once More with Feeling, and a lot of the different musical episodes from different sitcoms and series, etc. But I have songs planned for each of my characters already. So I'm hype. Nobody knows that yet. So this is where I'm dropping that.
Boom. TMS exclusive.
Breaking news.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
Will Eric Draven content come out sometime soon?
Absolutely, yes. I promised the Eric Draven content, the Crow content. It is definitely coming out. There are a few things that I have to get through as well as the Vampire Jack Townson season 3 needs to continue to progress. Age of Foul need to be doing the new ASMR kind of like POV series. But amidst all of that, I am going to be peppering in the Eric Draven content for you guys, like I did promise.
Nice. Yeah. No problem, dude. I can pick that back up. All right. Fun probe vampire question time. We get to talk a little bit about vampire movies.
Well, let's go.
Let's start off with Interview with a Vampire, Queen of the Damned, Lost Boys, and 30 Days of Night.
Ooh.
Which one's going? Which one gets
Going?
deleted from history? Yep, one's got to go.
Oh God, you guys would be so mad at me, I think. God, this is such an unpopular opinion. For me, Lost Boys.
Oh no!
I know.
Oh.
No, I'm
know.
literally meeting Kiefer Sutherland in August to get him on my
No!
Lost Boys poster. I'm so excited.
Oh, that is
That
so
sounds
cool.
amazing.
No, it's okay. I kind of had a feeling where you were going with your look and like, oh my God, this is an unpopular opinion. No, but it's all good. This is all family, dude, and it's all good. Different strokes for different folks, but you got to back it up. Why is it going?
All right, so the reason why it's going as much, I talk about it in my live all the time. As much as I love Lost Boys, I think it is an incredible movie, an incredible concept. The thing that gets me the most is that we never get to find out much backstory to David and the Lost Boys. We don't get to know about like their families, where they came from. We don't get to humanize them really.
Oh, sorry, Dark Beauty. I don't know if you saw that. It was this really long all capitals. What?
But you don't get to really sympathize with them. They're just treated just as monsters. And while like you could say that about 30 Days of Night, but at least at 30 Days of Night, like they come onto the screen as these very iconic horror monsters, which I think we can all agree stand out in any vampire media. That's so memorable.
Yeah.
But the only thing with Lost Boys that I really hold on to, honestly, is David.
Yeah. And the only thing you really know about the Lost Boys is them on their missing posters, as far as their history, as far as their past.
Exactly. I want to know more about them.
Yeah.
I really do.
No, that definitely would have been a good one for sure. All right, so we're gonna now go with 3 old school vampires, and we're gonna go with Bela Lugosi. We're gonna go with Nosferatu, Dracula, Bela Lugosi. We're gonna go with Nosferatu. We're gonna go with Christopher Lee's adaptation, and one of them's got to go.
So is Bella, Christopher Lee, or Nosferatu?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite vampires, and I'm just drawing a blank on the original Count Orlok actor.
Oof. I have it in my head, but I don't want to be wrong. That's hard. You know what? I'm going to give reasons as I do this.
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi is iconic. You can't with Bela Lugosi. You really cannot.
Yeah.
Christopher Lee is Christopher Lee. Christopher Lee was the man. He had the most interesting, beautiful, but chaotic life. Yeah. You know, that's why he brought so much to his roles. Like, I still remember the story of him in Lord of the Rings when they're like, they did the scene. You know, if you haven't seen Lord of the Rings, I'm so sorry. But if you haven't heard that story, I'm not going to tell here. Look it up because it is incredible. So Christopher Lee, I can't because he's Christopher Lee. And I got to get rid of Nosferatu. Sorry.
Nah, it's all right. For me, it's Chris, simply because like I love everything about the Nosferatu silent, that look, the figures coming around, you know, the doors, and also because I have a real love affair from when I was a kid with the old Are You Afraid of the Dark show from Nickelodeon back in the day. And they had Nosferatu in an episode of Are You Afraid?
Yeah, they did.
That came out of an old movie theater film.
Yeah.
And again, Bella's Bella. And the only reason that Chris falls off the wagon is simply because he came second.
That's fair.
Out of that look between, you know, Bella and those particular Draculas. That's the only reason that Chris goes for me, is only because he came second to Bella. Nothing personal, because I got Bella right. It's
absolutely
stupid light, but I swear he's right there.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, it might not work because I can't flex my arm very good, but there he's kind of.
Oh yeah,
I see him.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. But no, I totally agree. It's just for my respect for Christopher Lee that I didn't. Otherwise, Christopher Lee, obviously. But I completely agree.
Nope, absolutely. And the final part of this segment, and then we'll kick it back down to Angel and some more fans, because we definitely want to get as many of those questions in. We get to go books. So let's go again with Interview of a Vampire. Let's go with Bram Stoker's Dracula. Let's go with what other books do I want to throw in here just to make you mad at me? I know there's some more good ones, but two's not a fun knockoff. So let's talk about Bram Stoker's Dracula, and let's talk about those books and what you think about the way they were written. Interview with a Vampire, about the way they were written and then put out to society, telling those stories.
Okay. All right. So let's start with Bram Stoker's, because Bram Stoker's is my favorite vampire book and my favorite vampire movie, and I never shut up about either of them. I love Bram Stoker's Dracula. It was the first vampire book I ever read, other than Bunnicula, which, if you don't know what Bunnicula is, it's the vampire bunny rabbit, which started my love of vampires in the first place. Bram Stoker's is just iconic. It is an incredibly dark and haunting love story, and it is what it is. It is just, I mean, there isn't much you can really say other than it is iconic. It is an incredible story, in and out. That's it. And then Anne Rice, and then Interview with the Vampire. Anne Rice is queen. Yes. Anne Rice, I say, is to this day, because Anne Rice is queen. There will never be anyone like Anne Rice, because Anne Rice was incredible, an incredible author, incredible character creator. I mean, Lestat stays in our minds. Louis de Pointe-Lac stays in our minds because of how they are written. It is incredible, tragic story. But damn, there is a reason why we love these characters.
Yeah, no, 100%. And also just the way that I also love so many about the way that they were cast in the subsequent movies, because the idea of books to movies is very taboo. It's a very tricky, it's got a long history of success mixed with a lot of failure when it comes to a lot of those like books into movies. You know, there are definitely books, translations that I think do it well, like A Clockwork Orange and stuff like that. But it's definitely very tricky. And then you take something that's so well written from such a deep place from somebody like Anne Rice, somebody like Bram Stoker, and then you're going to try to put it on. So then you've got Bram Stoker where it's got, you know, like Gary Oldman, you know, brought in to play such an iconic role. You've got Interview with a Vampire where it was almost the second coming of like the Brat Pack with, you know, where you had the Breakfast Club cast that people were so familiar with in those movies. But now you've got the second coming of this, like these just beautiful, good looking guys and actors in Brad and Tom and stuff. Now they have to portray these proper yet sinister characters.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think every actor that I have seen in both of those IPs, in both of Bram Stoker's and in Interview specifically, because we can talk about Queen of the Damned, but it is about an interview.
Yeah.
I think they all did an incredible job. I think a lot of them sacrificed a lot to give the performances that they did. And there's a reason why they are still regarded as incredible to this day. Honest.
Absolutely. 100%. Did you see the movie Invitation that came out last year?
Yep.
What did you think? Oh, boy.
I'm very loud about it. I did not care for it, personally.
Okay. Gotcha. I didn't love the ending, personally. It had me sitting there, and it brought my fantasy to a screeching halt as I crashed into a brick wall that I really didn't like. Yeah. I liked the idea behind it. I liked their attempt at where they were going. I liked the screenplay of what was written. This new school spin on proper English Gothic vampire families. The idea of this girl who didn't know where she was because she's since lost all of her family, by chance finding a connection to one of her lost relatives, finding out that she is tied into this very taboo world as she's invited to what she thinks is a proper English wedding, to then finding out that she's to a certain degree of sacrifice. And then the end of the movie, I just hit a brick wall and I was just kind of like, shit.
I think that it could have worked if they marketed the film more as a vampire romance and less of a horror movie. And if I'm going to give away a spoiler, so if you haven't seen it, I apologize, but spoiler alert, it would have worked. Yeah, it's been out long enough. It would have worked if the dude didn't turn out to be Dracula and so easily thwarted. You know, like because it's Dracula and he's so easily killed at the end. So.
The guy goes, I'm just going to go off real quick. I apologize. No. He goes on this rant. He's like, I've been alive for this long. That they once knew me as Vlad Tepes. And you're like, wait, he's not really doing this, are they? And there's like, and you're like, oh my God, that's the twist. And then it's like, oh, you think this is going to be a difficult situation? Hardly an inconvenience. It's like what? What just happened?
Yeah.
He got swatted like a fly in such twice in such just so it was so anticlimactic.
It was like you know what it was? You know what my issue was?
Bram does not approve.
Exactly. You know what it was for me? I think one of my issues was if it was like, this is just my opinion. I think if it was like this earned thing, right? Like it was very random that it was just like, oh, all of a sudden the captive is just taking everybody out. And I was like, whoa. Like where'd like Ripley come from? What is going on? And it was just like done. And I felt like there was no build up. There was no build to lead to that point. But honestly, if there was build to it, I would have honestly been like, okay, all right, let's go. This is great, 100%. But it was just so sudden. It was so sudden. It's like you name one of the most powerful vampires in history, one of the most iconic, and you just take them out like that. Like, oh.
Yeah. And then I wasn't feeling the end when they were like rolling up into the store, the travel agency. Just
oh my god,
just gangster baseball bat style. I was
my
just
god.
like, no.
The beginning of that movie's tone is so different from the end of that movie's tone. Yes. You're like, oh, this is like, okay, it's a very like drama centered horror movie,
right?
And it's like, and like with the beginning, I watched it and I was like, oh, this is great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. The music was gorgeous, extremely haunting, extremely eerie. And it leaves it, when it jumps from the past to the present, it's like, whoa, oh my God, I wonder where this is going to go. And the end, it's like, this is the Fast and the Furious. Where did this come from? I'm so confused.
In filmmaking, they say that you make, when you set out to make a movie, you actually make 3 movies. The one that you write, the one that you shoot, and the one that you edit. And I feel like in this case, they took all 3 of those and they smashed it into one final product, because you're not supposed to have all 3 of those legs, end up on the DVD at the end, and that's what happened, it seems. And I don't know if they ran out of money. Yeah. I have no idea, but
no, 100%. For just like you, Jack, like 3/4 of the movie, I was invested. I was legitimately enjoying what I was watching. I liked the new spin where they didn't go too wacky with trying to overly modernize this classic old English style. I liked the casual modern takes on it and stuff. And I was into it. I loved the creepy library where people were getting fed and stuff. I was like, there was a lot of things in it that I was definitely into, and I liked where they were going. But yeah, then it took such a drastic left turn. It was like the Bugs Bunny cartoon taking that left at Albuquerque. I was just kind of like, wait, well, exactly. I was like, huh?
Wait, what just happened here?
Yeah.
I was like, where did you were just running from these people, and now you're taking them out left and right? What's happening? And just once again, a spoiler really quick. So sorry about the spoiler. It's been out for long enough. It's on Netflix at this point. So go watch it on Netflix if you have Netflix. The betrayal of the 2 brides.
Oh, yeah.
That part was completely out of pocket. And I was like, why are you defending her? You don't even know her. What is happening? Oh my God.
For agency.
Yeah, no.
For sisterhood that just became the thing.
It was like, wait, but you guys have known each other for like 200 years. What is going on?
Right. It's just like the arrogance, the unnervingness, the deception. Like, how dare you? Couldn't help myself. But since it's the most recent like vampire movie that's been out for a second, I wanted to throw it in there as sort of a fun little thing to talk about, which is always super duper awesome. And Angel, let's kick it down to you, man. Since we want to make sure that we're keeping our time in check, let's give it to you. Let's give it to the fans, and let's keep rocking and rolling for a bit.
Right, like I said, we only have 15 minutes because we know you have other commitments, but Jack and Jane, please come back. We definitely love having you.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, absolutely. We would love to. This is so much fun.
Just a good way for me to try to get you guys back.
We'll come back.
Okay, let me get to the questions. If you could live in any vampire universe movie, which one would it be?
Okay. See, this, I'm going to be completely honest. So all right, let's adjust this. Am I a normal person or am I a vampire? Because that's a really important piece of this.
Yeah.
What do you think? Am I a human or a vampire?
Well, I think we got to stay in persona. So let's go vampire for this one.
Perfect. Okay. If I'm a vampire, I'm so sorry. Ahead of time, I'm sorry. It's Twilight. I'm not even kidding.
I can't wait to hear this.
They have it made. They walk in the sun. they apparently have like the skin of like diamonds. You have almost no opposition. Like there's nothing coming for you. Like the Cullens lived in, what is it? Where do they live? In Forks?
Yeah.
They live in Forks, and they're just like, yeah, we just live in this really nice
rich
house.
AF.
And we just like, you know, we take out the wildlife. And like, it's not real. We don't really have any weaknesses, but like, you know, we have dark gifts, and some of us have like skills and others don't, but like, it's a good chance you're going to get a really cool like ability. And there's no downsides. None.
Yes, I can think of a downside.
What's fine? Go
You don't have any fangs, man.
Yeah, but is that
Fangs
fundamentally?
Are sex. Fangs are so hot.
Fundamentally, though, if we're talking about like the universe to be in, fangs are great. But if you are like choosing a universe to just be a vampire in, where you're gonna survive, where you're gonna have any opposition, where you're gonna be able to get what you need, it's Twilight.
Yeah, but Jack, are you really willing to fight for Shayne against Taylor Lautner?
Yes! Let's set that up today.
Oh my God. I'm deceased.
Absolutely. Oh my God. Let's go. That's my position. Yes.
First of all, Taylor posted a TikTok recently. Bro,
Be nice.
No, I'm not saying
Be
anything.
nice.
No, I'm just saying it looks like he's going
Don't be
through some
nice.
life things.
Don't be.
It looks like he's going through some life stuff. So I don't think the
Okay,
fight would be that
we'll
hard.
switch it. Oh, can we just get Jack Townsend versus Jacob from Twilight then? Can that be a side movie?
Oh my God.
It would not be fair, but I'm down for it.
I want that as a mini series, dude.
Amazing.
I want that to just
my
be like
God.
a series of rounds in a boxing fight. I want it to be like watching Mike Tyson fighting an infant.
Let's go. Can we? Oh my God.
Lord. It's not even like Jacob. It's like Taylor Lautner in his CGI suit with like
You know
the
what's
wires
funny?
and stuff.
I'm not even kidding. I give Taylor Lautner a better chance than Jacob from Twilight.
Okay.
I really do.
I don't know why. Why? Why?
I just do.
Okay.
I don't need a reason. That's just my reason.
All right.
I'm biased.
That is so funny.
Angel, break us out of this nuttiness. What's our next question, my
Let's
good
go
man?
into question from Brian. Goth band that most people like that you can't stand.
And
Goth band that most people like that I can't stand. Oh boy, this is hard. There's never any music where I ever actually like listen to it. I'm just like, I'm not a music snob. Like
I have one.
Okay, this is a question for Shayne then. Go off.
I don't know if it's considered a goth band, so I might get raked over the coals
Give it a
really
try.
bad. To me, it's considered a goth band.
It probably is.
Panic at the Disco.
Are they more? I would say they're more emo.
Are they more emo?
Yeah.
I chimed in. Yeah.
Okay.
I think the average people for this question would just kind of think of bands like Typo Negative, the 69 Eyes, Sisters of
Okay.
Mercy, Bauhaus.
I love typo.
Is there anything that I would jump on to say that I don't like? See, there's nothing I can really think of that I don't like, because if it has a good sound, I can at least find one song from every band that I will like. And that's just an ability that I have. Like I can find the pleasure even in the pain. And if it's like a band everyone's like, oh, I hate this, I'll be like, there's gonna be one song. There's gonna be one song that I become addicted to, and I'm like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm biased now because I only have this one song. And
Well, Jack,
that's enough.
Well, I've listened to your music and the stuff that you posted. Like you are very all over the place. You're, like I said, you're not, like you said, you're not a snob. Like your music definitely has different styles. You've got like, your romantic style, like ballads, I guess you would call them. You've got your metal songs. You've got stuff that seems a little bit more like a rap infusion type of thing. You definitely have different type of ways that you've released music for however you're feeling when you wrote it.
Yeah. I find a lot of inspiration from a lot of different bands, a lot of different artists. And I do my best to emulate. I do my best to pay homage and to put it out there. Maybe it won't speak to some people, but it'll speak to someone, and that one person is a win, in my opinion. And I enjoy it.
Absolutely, for sure. Go ahead, Angel.
I'm gonna love this question. Favorite vampire horror spoof movie?
Easy, so easy for me. Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Me too.
Hell yeah. Come on. It is Leslie Nielsen is a comedy treasure, and Mel Brooks is a comedy treasure. Both of them together, done. I'm done. Like, sold. It is so amazing. It has been my favorite since I was a kid. It's timeless. We watched it the other day. She saw it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
I think mine is Vampires versus the Bronx, which is pretty new. It's on Netflix. And it's about a bunch of vampires that try to take over and gentrify the Bronx. And all of these kids rise up against them to try to take down the vampire real estate people. And it's pretty hilarious.
Is that a spoof, though?
I think it's a spoof. I would definitely
I thought it was
classify that as a spoof.
I thought it was a charming kids movie.
Okay.
I thought it was charming.
Either way, check it out because it's really good. So
It was really good. It was actually really good. We've been
Yeah.
checking out like all the Netflix vampire movies because we've never seen them.
yeah,
There's actually a lot of good gems.
it was great.
There are. Yeah. But if it's not that, it's Vampire in Brooklyn.
That movie is a lot of fun, but it's still a little bit of a struggle for me because it's so out there. It's so
out there. It is. Evil is good.
Well, because there's a part of me that's also like is like Dark Shadows with Johnny Depp considered a spoof?
No, I
don't know.
I wouldn't say it because there are a lot of serious moments, and it mostly comes from a tone. While it has camp, it comes from a tone of less like intending to be just about comedy. Like, it does have some serious moments and some family moments. It does have some pretty intense action as well, horror moments as well. So I wouldn't really call it a spoof. Oh, you know what? You know what though? What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that I changed my answer. No. Dracula Dead and Loving It still wins, but my second has to be What We Do in the Shadows. Has to be.
I got you. There's also a vampire movie I love from about like 8 years ago that Alice Cooper was in called Suck that I thought was a lot of fun.
Oh, I've never seen it. I'm going to check it out now.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Alice plays a bartender in it, but it's just this really fun movie. It's just called Suck.
Oh, that sounds great. I have to check it out.
Yeah.
There we go.
That's awesome.
Right back to Angel.
Your favorite scene in Van
Really, child?
Helsing?
Have you seen Van Helsing?
No, I haven't.
We got to fix that.
Yeah.
We're fixing it. We're going to fix it this week.
Okay,
Maybe we'll watch it with the community or something because you need to watch it.
that sounds fun. I would do it.
All right. Community, Fang Fam, Van Helsing. Shall we watch it this week? I'm going to guess yes. So, favorite scene in Van Helsing? Hands down, my favorite scene is when, it's not too much of a spoiler for Shayne, is when Dracula meets Gabriel for the first time, meets Van Helsing for the first time. And as he's walking towards him, and he does the I can usually tell the character of a man by how his heart races when I approach. Usually, I can dance to the rhythm. I love that part. And Gabriel holds up a cross to kind of repel him, and Dracula grabs it, and it bursts into flames in his hands, and he like screams, and he goes right back into talking normally. That is hands down my favorite scene.
Dude, that reminds me of Buffy the Vampire Slayer when she holds up the cross and he grabs it and it lights on fire and he's like, what, this is your defense? Your puny faith? And she's like, no, my keen fashion sense, and turns it into like a Molotov cocktail by spraying it with like a hairspray can.
That's also a great vampire movie. Great vampire movie.
All right, pump them
Okay,
in
we
for a
got
second.
less than
there,
5
Finn.
minutes
Oh,
left.
yeah, totally, Angel. I was just getting right there. I was like, yeah, it's we got 5 and counting for them. Any final questions? Pump them in real quick. Angel will spot them and he'll get them in. Angel, do we have anything at the moment?
Yeah, we still got a lot. Like I said, I'll do my best to get through all of them. Favorite and least favorite horror remake.
Ooh, great. Okay. Favorite horror movie remake. I'm gonna say was the new. This is gonna be actually ironic. Was the new Friday the 13th that had come out? Jason, I thought was terrifying in it, honestly. And then my least favorite, sadly, was the Nightmare Before Elm Street remake.
Yeah.
Which had so much potential. Oh
So
my
much
good God. And they
Because they-
really, really wasted it.
Like you said with Lost Boys, they did so much backstory into Freddy's character, which I loved about that movie, but it was just so flat.
Oh, it was just so flat. It had so much freaking potential, and it was just like, it was like, oh, come on. You could have done better than the, So sad about it. Freddy's one of my favorite horror icons.
Will you be taking part in the dinner on the 12th?
Oh, in Florida, yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we will be there.
Absolutely. We will be there.
Yes, we will be there.
If Shayne says yes.
Yes.
So we're there.
We're doing the whole thing. So.
Hmm.
I told you, it's wherever the tour bus stops.
Yep.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. What am I talking about? Absolutely, yes. I know what it is now. I'm involved. I love you too.
Oh, I forgot about this one. One's Bitten. Yeah, that one was pretty cheesy.
Oh,
That's
once
a good
bitten-
one.
Jim Carrey.
I've seen that
Yeah.
all of one time. A good movie.
Sorry. Oh, someone wants to know, did you like One's Bitten?
Yes, I like Once Bitten. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I saw it when I was a kid. That and I think it was My Best Friend's a Vampire were like really, really good movies too.
Oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was an
Yeah, it
underrated
came out in
movie.
the 80s, around the same time as One's
Yeah.
Bitten.
Yeah. You've seen
Yeah,
that,
that tells
right?
you how old I am.
Jesus.
I need to catch up.
We gotta just do a binge.
Yeah.
And we gotta Once Bitten is really good, and then My Best Friend's a Vampire is really good.
We'll do a marathon.
I want a remake. I'm gonna be honest. I want a remake of My Best Friend's a Vampire. Really, really badly, actually. To be honest with you,
I think
because
that would be cool.
I think it's a good concept.
Just to keep you on
I
schedule,
think they should.
we got only 2 minutes. Right. Yeah.
No worries. It's
Just for the
all
sake
good,
of
for sure.
keeping you on schedule, because we appreciate your time. Don't want to.
Yeah. So I got two
Actually,
things that I'll hit you with that are both really short, and then we'll wrap it up so that you guys can get on your live feed with your fans and be able to do that. So first and foremost, because I'm sure you're familiar with them, because Shayne, I think I saw that you actually posted their recent cover and single. But are you guys familiar with friends of mine in a band called Vampires Everywhere?
Absolutely, yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Love it.
I've known Michael for years, and we had Jesse, his drummer, on the show last week.
Oh, that's awesome. They did an amazing job. I love the cover that they did.
Yep.
Seriously,
my
they killed
little
it.
sister killed
Yeah.
it. Yep.
They actually
super good.
they teamed up with Cursed Cosmetics, and then she reached out to a bunch of us, and she did a whole campaign for them. And all of the Vampfluencers that she knows online, she had them post a bunch of content, and so we were part of, their whole release campaign. Jack did like exclusive pictures, and we did TikTok content with their song, and yeah, they absolutely nailed it. It was amazing.
Oh my God, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's awesome. Yeah, Michael was on the show a couple years ago for our Halloween episode when he was putting out the most recent Dead Girls Academy album.
I'm
Awesome.
sick.
And yeah, so of course it's going to depend on your guys' schedule, but are you going to try to catch them on the Alisana tour they're about to go out on?
We never really have time to go to concerts or anything, but
I mean, to talk about.
it's something we can talk
Yeah.
about. It's definitely something we can talk about.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Sure.
I'm sure they're going to be coming near where we are. So,
It's definitely an idea.
yeah.
Cool. And one more final thing. When it comes to you doing your shoots, you know, your modeling and everything like that, Jack, do you ever find it difficult to do your shoots when you don't have a reflection?
Yeah, it's really difficult. You know, I have to usually like, it's almost like an Etch-a-Sketch. Like, you know, we take a whole bunch of like stuff and we throw it against me, and I have to do makeup on my whole body. That's the only way we can do it. You know, and I wear like these fake like little eye lens things, so that way you can see the eyes and stuff. And I wear a wig. Yeah, it's a whole production. It's way more difficult than you think.
No, absolutely, brother. But as the final part before we cut you loose, what do you think about doing like your shoots? Like, do you enjoy them? Do you put a lot of thought into your concepts and your locations?
Absolutely, 100%. There are some that are very, very fast. We're like, okay, we have this thing, we have this look, or this new like outfit or costume piece came in, and we're like, oh my god, I want to do it, I want to use it, and we'll just run. We'll just get in the car and we'll find a place and we'll do the whole thing right then. But then we'll have bigger productions where we're like, okay, well, here's the concept, and here's the character, and here's what we're going to do for it, and the location, etc. So usually it just depends on the shoot, the day, and the story behind it.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate you guys so much. And before we cut you guys loose, fans, you heard it earlier. In case you didn't, you're going to hear it again right now. He's got his new novel coming out soon for pre-order. He's got his album coming out soon for pre-order. So, Jack, Shayne, for anybody who's looking for you guys, hit up your socials. Where can you be found?
We can be found on the Vampire Jack Townson on TikTok, Vampire Jack Townson on Instagram. You can find Shayne
At the Vampire's Girlfriend on TikTok, and at Shayne Townson on Instagram.
And you can also find us both on our YouTube, the Vampire Jack Townson, as well.
Absolutely. Well, Shayne, Jack, we can't appreciate you guys enough. You're family, you're alumni now. You are very welcome anytime you want to come up. If you have to push anything, want to promote anything, or if you just want to flutter in and hang out, just hit us up, man. Just let us know. You guys are always welcome.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you
This
so
was a
much.
blast.
This
We
was
loved
awesome.
this. This was great.
Awesome. So glad. That's a really big thing for me and Angel. Is that how you guys felt? Did you feel respected? Did you enjoy yourselves? And did you feel that this was worth your time?
Absolutely. Jinx.
100%.
Awesome.
You owe me a soda.
So awesome. Well, guys, make sure that
soda.
you're sticking with Jack and Shayne as they're about to go live on their channels. So hang out with them for the rest of the night. We appreciate them so much. Metal Summoners, thank you guys. Fang Fam, thank you guys so much. All of us that came in and got involved. This was a fantastic episode. We loved it. Me and Angel did, and we appreciate you guys so much. Guest announcement for next week's episode will be over the weekend, and we will see you guys in a week. But on behalf of the Vampire Jack Townson, Shayne Townson, and on behalf of the Metal Summit, for Angel, for Bobby, and for Steve, who weren't able to be on tonight, make sure that you're checking them. Angel Alamo on Instagram and on Facebook, The Real Psycho Steve on Instagram, Bobby Dreyer, BobbyDreyer.com, and you can find me at Just a R&R Junkie on Instagram, and you can find me on Facebook as well. On behalf of Jack and Shayne, we thank them so much. We're going to let them continue on, and we will have them back in the future for some more fun. We will see you guys in the week. You guys take care of each other. Have a great weekend. Horns up, fangs out. We will see